Yeah, it is Friday. It's the 26th of January 2018. Hope you're having a great day, whatever you're doing. It's Friday. Everyone's got that Friday feeling. And it's time for some news. You'll notice that this is very out of focus. And that's because my £250 lens for my Canon has decided not to work. And I need to repair it over the weekend or buy a new one. So that's going to be an expensive weekend after just shelling out all this money for stuff. But that's life. That's how it rolls. But anyway, on a positive note, there's lots of news within the community, and let's just delve into it. Our first story is all about the Trials of the King. This is going to be the new event mode coming next week, and it's going to be incredibly exciting. Similar in comparison to MCOC Lab back in December of 2017, so obviously not that far gone. We had an event similar to this, but there are a few twists and turns. A lot of the details is that it runs for 7 days. 6 of those days are just like standard, like very kind of like easy going things, and you collect special boosts. There also is a special Frank the Tortoise boost, but obviously there's a video that I've done about this and it's in the description. But anyway, the 7 days running means that on the 7th day you'll then see more substantial opponents, and it's going to be all about using those boosts in that mode in order to kind of propel yourself through against the great might of the Trials of the Infinite. But it doesn't stop there. The rewards are really substantial, more so than MCOC Labs. Yes, you can get the standard things like 300 of the 5-star shards, but when it comes to the last event, the 7th day, the Trials of the Infinite, you can take home 700 5-star shards. So the shard ratio goes up. And also there's a greater chance of taking home an ultimate crystal, an ultimate Wakanda crystal, which will give you a chance at a Killmonger. I've done a full video on this, link is in the description. Go ahead and give it a little watch-a-rooney. In other news, we have the leaked abilities of Killmonger and Hulk Ragnarok, and the amount of times I've tried to say Hulk Ragnarok without calling him Thor Ragnarok or even Gladiator Hulk is so annoying. But anyway, I've done a video on these two champions and their abilities. Video links are in the description below if you want to go and check out those videos. The main thing to really say about the pair of them is similarities from Killmonger and Black Panther Civil War are there. There's kind of this added element that's similar to Electro with regards to Killmonger. Not completely, but a lot of people will get my idea of where I'm coming from when I say that he's similar with regards to damage that you're putting in and then you're kind of like you're getting back. There are added little extras with Killmonger that make him a little bit more interesting and could be a little bit of a pest. More usage could be with him in questing, but I don't think he's going to be shouting for kind of endgame content anytime soon. When it comes to Hulk Ragnarok, this champion looks really impressive. The main thing is obviously he's regen. He's got this added little regen element to him, and the way he interacts with crowd in this kind of arena-based format and stuff with Sakaar, similar to obviously what is in the film, and also comparable with stuff with regards to WWE games and the way that feeding off the crowd and pops mean that your damage output is better, yada yada. I explain more in the videos. Go to the description below. Our next story is the results when it comes to the Luke Cage and Red Hulk beta testing. Obviously we beta test them, or I didn't, but other people did, and they found that a lot of the ways that the champions worked were definite improvements to what we have currently. The big points for each of them are that damage output and regen are two things that the community felt very strongly about. When it comes to the attack and kind of damage output for Luke Cage, they were impressed with how much damage he does. And I've seen some kind of screenshots which show some amazing amounts of damage being applied from utilizing stuff with Luke Cage. Comparable with regards to regen stuff with regards to Red Hulk, I think people thought that the regen could be improved. Kebab's answer on both is they want Luke Cage to deliver a lot more damage, or deliver the damage that they intended to put on. And likewise, compare it with Red Hulk, they don't want the regen to be as strong as it could be. With regards to Hulk Ragnarok coming into the game in future, that might be a good idea based on the fact that this new champion will be more popular over the top of Red Hulk. But it is a shame that a champion in Red Hulk's caliber could not be used to kind of like, or be improved so that the community then go, hey, great, there's a science champion that is really strong and we can really go for him. Yeah, Luke Cage will kind of like be as strong, but with regards to something that maybe players will go, I'll take it into Realm of Legends at a very kind of low level, or kind of use it with regards to Labyrinth of Legends in the future. I don't think that is going to be the case, which, you know, we're still looking for that fabled science champion that could lead the charge to take on the might of Labyrinth of Legends. And just before we go anywhere, I think Luke Cage is going to be a candidate for me to put up a little bit further. I'm interested with regards to the extent of exhaustion and stun working with specials. At the same time, obviously putting on exhaustion with the idea to improve the attack rating is something that is going to mean for some amazing damage. Like I said, those screenshots, whilst the beta test was going on, people were kind of like saying, oh yeah, like thousands of damage. And it's like, it is cool. It's cool to see that. At the same time, I think this may be a candidate for further progression. Maybe not to a stage where people are going, right, well, I'm going to put it against, you know, Labyrinth of Legends, or kind of like the inner workings of Act 5, Act 5.4, but I do think that this champion would be good for like good standard questing, event questing, just fun really, a real fun champion, especially the way, like we said, works with exhaustion, special attacks, light attacks. So yeah, look out for this champion making a big impact in the coming month. Our next story is the announcement of the Michael B. Jordan event. Obviously, this has been live in the game for well over 24 hours. It's a very exciting game, but at the same time, it's filled with a few little nuisances for a lot of the community base. They have kind of like said a little bit of kind of inklings where they don't like certain things, and mainly it's to do with like Iron Man and the way that regeneration works for him. And I would say with that, Guillotine or champions that nullify are usually the best ones to go for if you're feeling a nuisance with that. Likewise, Black Panther's Civil War is a pest, yes, but obviously you're going to have to take your distance. Watch out with regards to parries. Like, don't really parry with that champion, especially when he's got those armors on, because you're going to be punished. You really are going to be punished. And watch out for bleed immune nodes, because like that's annoying, because a lot of people will go, oh yeah, so I'll just use ones that bleed and I'll take a load of damage on that standard OG Black Panther. And that's not the case. You need to then really think about the nodes, read them up before you go into them, and obviously you can divert away. You can just like complete it in a very quick succession and then change your load, or kind of like change your perspective. So there's ways of kind of like understanding the mode and taking your time and patience with it, but at the same time do read the nodes that the enemy champions have. Our next story is all about adrenaline. Obviously Dorky Diggity Dave, DDD, put together a fantastic adrenaline based video, which obviously the link is in the description and it's playing at the moment. In this video, he discussed like how it works, and we see it in action, which is cool, because the last time I did an MCC news special, that's what I was really questioning. Like, we've not seen anything in a right way that kind of made us go, oh, okay, it's like that. The bars work like this, but obviously we can see the relationship between the way the adrenaline works in the bars and also the way the health works in correspondence, as well the pacing and quickness and aggressiveness that you need in order to get that health back. Now, I don't know how this was worked. I don't know if he was sent video footage, or I don't know if he had access to that Kabam account that sorted those 6 stars on, because there was, and as well as Captain America World War II, which had a PI of 12,000, which obviously wouldn't make the cut with regards to what we saw on the summoner card for that particular account. Now, it definitely looked like some masteries were set up with this. Obviously, there were parries, so I don't know, again, if there was any chance that Dave was able to set up some masteries around this. Either way, it's quite cool to see this stuff, and it was a great video on adrenaline. I strongly suggest you checking it out, and obviously the link is in the description below. Okay, so this is our final story, and the reason there's no cameras is because I'm currently repairing the lens with regards to trying to get it back to normal. But the main thing is all about this particular image. This was taken by Gemma. I think you've got another set of names. I don't know what the correct name is for you. You had a different name when you came into my live stream the other day. But the main thing is talking about this image. This image is from a level 39 account having access to a Grandmaster crystal. Obviously, you can see that. And the question is really is like, should this person theoretically had access to that? Is Kabam rolling it out and not really making very diligent, you know, methods to make sure that the correct people get the correct crystals? What's the real kind of like argument point on this? Obviously, we need to kind of like hear from the contest, the community. Like, do you think that it's a case that these should be kind of filtering through? Is Kabam and diligence not really a case? It's really not really disappointing, but it is important to see that the people that have got the uncollected get that. But at the same time, hey, if you get that opportunity at a lower level to get into to kind of use these crystals, then take it whilst you can. But obviously, it's something I think Kabam should address in future, just to make sure that people that are uncollected are getting those Grandmaster crystal access. But obviously, like I said, make use of it while you got it. So that's been MCC News for January 26th, 2018. Hopefully you're going to have a wonderful weekend. I'm going to try and repair this £250 lens, which if it doesn't repair, then I have to then buy a new one or get it repaired, which is still going to cause the same issue. This is not clear, but I'll try and smile and get on with things. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, subscribe for Marvel Contest of Champions based content, and as always, I shall catch you on the flip side. Bye bye for now.